Now, there's a new CD. We're talking about a new CD, yeah?
Yep.
Will this project take your music in a different direction?
Well, I think it'll have an effect. I mean, everything I do, like most artists, has its effect on your music. You know, it's what you produce as an artist is just a culmination of all your experience, and doing this acoustic stuff has, you know, changed my music a little bit here and there, you know. And I think I will put some acoustic, a little bit more acoustic than I normally do on this next album. It might even be mixed in with the electric instruments more, so, you know, I'll have some more acoustic guitars woven in.
A lot more light and shade.
Yeah, I'm hoping that will be the case. So, yeah, it has an effect.
And are most of the songs originals or covers, or are you going to do a bit of both?
They're mostly originals on the new album. I mean, I haven't finished it yet. I must say I've got a massive amount of songs. I've been slow producing this new album because every time I sort of feel like I'm getting some, I'll write another few songs, and I think, oh, this is better songs, so it keeps evolving. But I'm getting to the point where I have to sit down and really finalise everything, you know.
So how long's it been in the planning, and where was it recorded, or where are you recording it?
Well, the last album I put out was, I can't remember, it's like about 5 or 6 years ago now. It'll be 6 years ago. And so it's been 6 years in the planning, if you like, but I took a break actually. I thought I'd done 9 albums, all at about 18 months spacings, and, you know, and I thought I'll step back a bit. So it was a deliberate thing to just, you know, not to put an album straight out again. But in the last couple of years I've been working, you know, really on getting it all together, but still quite slowly and at my own pace. But what I've done with this album is I've got a bit of I have got a home studio with which I can, because of the great new digital things available, I can actually engineer my own music to some extent. So what I'm doing on this album is I'm mixing it up between recording in the studio and in my own home studio. So I'm able to do that now, and it's very liberating because I can get up in the morning, and if I feel like doing something, you know, it's right there.
Yeah.
If I don't feel like it, I don't have to do anything that day. Whereas if you've got studio time booked in a professional studio, you know, you've got to go and do it. You might come down with the flu.
Yeah.
If you've got a week booked in a studio, you have to go and do it.
And you're paying a lot of money for it.
You go and do it the best you can.
Yeah. So talking about your originals, where does your inspiration for songwriting come from?
Oh, various things. You know, from various things in life that happen, not all necessarily to me, but to people that I know or whatever, or just things that, you know, tweak your interest that might be in the newspaper or stuff. You know, there's sort of human dramas, human things, and I suppose, you know, my own events in my own life and that, but these are the inspirational things. But sometimes it's not, that's talking lyrically and that. I mean, musically, I've always been one of those people that just fiddle around on the guitar, and if something starts happening, it might evolve into a song, you know, so it's pretty random.
Does the CD have a title yet and a release date?
No, not yet, and it certainly doesn't have a release date, and that's the whole thing with it. The first 8 albums that I did all had release dates set before I even started recording, and so, you know, they have a street date and a release date, and then you'd have to work back from that, and it's quite restrictive. Well, it's not restricting, but it's pressure, you know, because you know you've got to finish writing the songs, you've got to rehearse them, record them, and then it has to be mastered, and all the, you know, post-production stuff has to be done, and the artwork and all that, and then it has to be all working towards that date when the record company is geared up to promote it, you know, because they, like Alligator Records, they don't release a lot of records each year, so they need to put all their resources behind each release. So you've got that thing planned.
Yeah.
So that happened for about 8 albums, and then on the 9th one, I came to an arrangement with Alligator, because I didn't know them anything by that time. We were good friends and all that. So when I do it at my own pace, we'll do it, and that's what happened with the last album, Rough Diamond album, and it's the same with this. It's a case of like Bruce Eglow, who is the president of Alligator. Bruce just said, like, when you're ready, let us know, and then we'll plan it from there.
Okay.
So I'm taking a lot of time, but I'm at that age where I can do it now. Take my time.
Fair enough. All right, last question. We talked about it. 40 years you've been doing this. What has been your most memorable music highlight of your career?
It's really hard to pick one. There's just a few little things that really stand out to me, and it's personal in a way. But the first gig I ever did in America was pretty amazing for me because I was just a Perth boy. I've been playing around, and I got this deal with Alligator Records, and they said, you got to tour America, come out. And the first show I did was in Chicago at Buddy Guy's Legends.
It's not a bad start, is it?
Yes, it was, and it was amazing. It was absolutely chock-a-block. There was lots of journos. They had primed everybody, and Buddy was there, Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
And he was, for me, I mean, he's one of my idols, And so he said, I've got your CD. I think it's great. And, I'm looking forward to having you in the club. And all, so it was like high pressure for me, but it was a great gig. It was so electric, and the reviews were all wonderful and all that. So that was a really memorable thing. And I know Buddy now fairly well. I've jammed with him on stage and all that sort of thing. So that was a great thing. Personally, Otis Rush came on a couple of occasions to my shows and asked if he could get up and jam with me. And I've always been a huge Otis Rush fan.
Wonderful guitarist.
Yeah, when I was a teenager learning to play blues, I had a couple of Otis Rush albums, and I learned them note for note. So it was wonderful to get him up and play, and it was kind of magic because I knew the songs. He didn't know I'd know them as well as I did. So when he got up to play with us, I said, we'll sing, do a song, and he sang, a couple of his standard things, and I played them, and he looked at me, and after he played 2 songs, he put his guitar down, and I sort of said to the audience, well, Otis Rush, thank you very much, and all that, and he came up to me and said, no, he says, I ain't going, and I said, oh, well, no, we'll start, he said, no, he says, I'm just going to sing, he says, you got that guitar, you got that nailed, So, because I was playing his lines, because I'd learnt them all as a teenager, So that was great. I felt really good about it, and I loved playing with Otis. Then there's individual gigs that are highlights. I mean, I played the Royal Albert Hall in London, which is just a magic venue. And
so much history there.
Yes, that's right. That was special in a way. I've played huge festivals which stand out. There was one in Holland where it was an open festival on the streets and it was I don't think anyone paid. It was just like the city put it on, But there were 150,000 people there, and in this huge square, and it's just a sea of people. So that you can't forget that. It's just amazing.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, yeah. They're incredible, yeah. Otis Rush, Buddy Guy. Doesn't get any better than highlights, does it?
No, meeting a few of my heroes has been a great thing. A lot of them were gone before I started touring. Stevie Ray Vaughan was dead, and Albert King I met once, but I would have loved to have more to do with him, but he's sadly gone.
Yeah, I saw his last concert in Melbourne, played the Palais, and wonderful presence on stage.
Yeah, he was a master.
Yeah. All right, you just played a wonderful gig. It's been fabulous. You played to a full house here at the corner. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
Good luck for the rest of the tour.
Thank you.
And thank you for being part of Blues on the Hill.
No, it's a pleasure. Anytime. Cheers.
Should you
Thank you very much.
Now, Junior Wells Day, as you may well know.
What's in the water, Dave? Not very good.
I'll let you know in a few minutes. Now, it's really good to be back in Melbourne, I must say. It's been a long time. Too long. Well, I don't know, because I lost track of time. But that's how long it's been. Right, okay, here's another one.